Once again, we make dreams come true. I don't have those notes on my guitar. I would like the Stack of Doom.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Of course.
We weren't gonna spoil everything in the intro.
Just 80%.
Just 80% of everything.
Hey everyone, my name is Kris.
My name is Guillaume. Welcome to Tom Hanks Guitars and Basses, where once again we make dreams come true.
And
today we take yet another brand of pedales, as we say. when there's several of them, yeah. Pedale. This time by a brand that's quite recent on the Thomann website, called LPD, standing for Lawrence Petros Design, named after its designer, I'm assuming, who's probably was Lawrence Petros.
And still is.
And still is. We haven't looked that far. Those pedals are all handmade in Mesa, Arizona.
Yes.
And we'll be trying out most of the range. I think most of it is here. Yeah. We have some deluxe versions of simple pedals that you see on the side of the board. And we'll just, run through.
We'll cover 4 decades. From the 50s
decades,
till the 80s.
55, 68, 74, and 87.
Yeah, we'll talk about why the names and everything, and there's some sort of a connection between them. Right. But the first one, the 55, is actually a little different. That's the only one that's not inspired by the British brand. It's much more of the 50s tweed era legendary crunch sound, and it's much milder. It's sweeter. You wanna start with that one? I think that fits like a good old T-style.
I would be most obliged.
The amp we're using, by the way, is the Victory V40 Deluxe, and that is a wonderful T7 Larry Carton. I might tweak the knobs, just that you know.
As we do. Here's my clean tone.
That's awesome. I love the headroom in the upper position, and with the voice in the low position for the bridge pickup. Yeah. That's like that tweed, like big but very like sweet mid-rangey kind of.
Knowing that those, since we're on the topic of headroom, can run to 9 and 18 volt, 9 to 18 volts.
Oh, nice. Okay.
DC, so does the 68, and they're all fed at 9 volts right now.
Yeah.
So knowing that the general rule of thumb is that the more voltage you put to a pedal, the more headroom it's going to have to navigate. So you can have a bit more dynamics between low gain and high gain sounds within the same circuit. But right now it's all at 9 volts, and the headroom switch is really handy dandy.
Yeah. The level is gonna go up obviously if you increase the headroom, which means that you have to be, careful with that. But
yes,
boy,
absolutely
love it.
Beautiful.
The next one, the 68, is it's the plexi kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Hence the name, the 1968. This one has is the deluxe. So you can turn it on and off. You can engage a higher, lower gain setting, and you have a boost, which also works independently.
Clean tone us, and I'll bypass you before deluxing you and boosting you.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'm gonna do it all. I don't have those notes on my guitar.
No,
It's funny hearing the 60 and you playing the 55 and the 68 back to back. Was that they, now that we've cranked some tweed and we've cranked some plexis and whatnot, he's really good at doing them pretty.
Yeah.
Because, they obviously, and a lot of manufacturers know that people will claim that the pedal has an issue because it sounds a little too much like a crank down, with the bass just completely collapsing on itself and really harsh treble and not made for what we use them for. And he's really fine. I think he's found a really good balance between the grain that people are after, but pretty.
Yeah. So, it's like the ideal version of like an old plexi or an old tweed, which can sound quite nasty. But if you record it well, if you pair it with the right other stuff, it will do a certain magical thing. And we think he tried to capture that perfect, ideal version of that certain amp or clipping type.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. The 74. You wanna have a little bit of 68 as reference,
just a tiny little bit,
and then go over.
Give me a little bit of that sweet 68.
Oh my God, this is so versatile.
Yeah.
The right side is the green side and the left is the red.
Yeah.
Obviously a bit more gain as well. And you have different voicings for both.
Yeah.
One bit of a mid push and one much more sort of balanced and neutral.
Yeah.
And it goes from barely crunchy to proper.
And within the same
gain.
setting as well. Like when I was just picking very lightly on those like chords before going back to like within that same sound, it was very respectful of what the guitar was doing.
Oh, I wanna have the red side.
Oh, you want the
real
red.
fast before you switch me over to the 87.
Get the red.
Because I think that's gonna be solid. Okay, and then the 87, which will come right after it, is like a massive. It's like, you know which amp, the one that's got recorded all the time in the 80s. Tons of knobs, tons of settings per channel. Let's talk about it after we played it.
We'll go through it soon.
All right, talking about versatile things.
That's epic.
Jeez. Okay, sounds huge.
Yeah.
This is like much more everything compared to the others, like more low and more gain, obviously, and more like actual presence. Like
seems a bit more straightforward as well. Like two sides exactly the same, independent EQ and gain level. Controls, two voice both sides, which to my ear sounded settings. The same. Gain settings. Yeah. Low gain in green LED and high gain in red LED. That sounded the same. So I don't think there's. I think there's literally 2 times the same circuit with a shared presence control.
Exactly.
And that's it.
And you can decide on having both in the green setting if you want to, or one in the red, or both in red, and use it however you want. And what's cool is that all of these flip flop. Like if you have B on, and then you go to A,
that
it just goes back. It's
sense.
Like literally a channel, like a dual channel amp thing. It doesn't stack necessarily, unless maybe you can change it internally. But this is much more usable actually, because you can
think so
have
too.
2 very different settings,
even like
rhythm and solo or whatever.
On pedals where you have so much gain on tap as well, like. I mean, I don't really see the need for boosting any more than like the red setting on that, like the high gain setting. Like that's more gain than you can possibly
and it's tight
need,
too. It's not like you need to help it to become tight. It's already super fast and dynamic. And also, you don't want to stack 2 amp style drives like into each other. I guess that's just gonna be a mess anyhow. So it doesn't make a lot of sense on these. Of course, this is a different story with the boost on the 68, because you can have the boost on or off. Makes a lot of sense whether you have the pedal on or the drive side of the pedal is off. Just want to use the boost. So that's a different story. My gosh, this is how you nail that kind of amp, British amp style drive. I mean, the 55 for the tweed version, but dude.
Lawrence. Mr. Petros?
Yes.
Or Mr. Design? I'm actually not sure.
Mr. Whichever your first name is. Mr. Design.
Well done. Hey, maybe Petros is a middle name. Can you imagine the guy's name is Design? It's like, well, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And what is Lawrence then? The doctor
first
or
name,
Mr. Mrs.
No,
Lawrence.
First name, middle name Petros. And it's like, I don't know.
Mr. Design.
Mr. Design, well done. Very well done. And congratulations.
Amazing.
I'm very excited to play these more. Yeah. So, what did you guys think? What kind of decade are you in for? Did you prefer the 50s grit, the 60s sort of sweetness and versatility, the 70s and 80s raw power? Let us know in the comments.
Which one would you take home right now?
I'll let you know in the comments as well. I think.
Okay.
I'll let you.
Okay.
Nah. Yeah, you know what? I'll let you know in the comments. Actually, I'm gonna pin something down there. Just check it out.
Good call. Good call.
Have a look.
Good call. And, all right. Yeah, see you down there in the comments. Of course, check out the link below in the description, and also you've seen it somewhere in that corner, I guess. If you want to check them out for yourself. If you have any questions, let us know.
Subscribe and the bell too. Yeah. Hey, thank you in advance. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. I would like the stack of doom.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course you want to.